the inaugural Shout Liverpool that took place in April. The programme included film, drama, music, dance and poetry, with discussions of mental health issues like OCD, eating disorders and dementia.
There will always be a pressure I can find to put on my ribs and feel real in my skin again. There will always be arms that aren't.
How does it feel? How does it feel to be, bringing Shout to Liverpool and to have seen it go down so well?
It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Really looking forward to tomorrow. The reception we've received here has been absolutely fabulous. From Cricklewood to Liverpool, it's been brilliant. We're going to make it an annual thing in Liverpool as well. With our partners here, they've all talked about, we have to do it at the same time every year, like we're doing in London, because this will be the third year in London of Shout London. But it's just the beginning, because we're in Liverpool. We're talking to someone here, they want us to go to Cardiff. So Shout's going to be shouting everywhere.
It was after I got hit by the car that it really started to affect. I mean, whatever happened with the brain hemorrhage, it just played tiddlywinks with my brain, I suppose. It was more of a gradual thing. I started to wash my hands a little bit more if I touched something. It wasn't like there was a switch and suddenly I was washing my hands and had all this mythology in my head to explain the reason why I'm doing these actions. It built up over time.
The festival started with a screening of OCD and Me, which was part of the first Shout London back in 2022, followed by a Q&A with director Adrian McCarthy.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to be back, and it's great to have been at the first one in London as well, and to see that a lot of the similar people, a lot of the same issues. In fact, it felt today is the first day of Liverpool. It felt like it got to the core of a lot of things straight away, and it felt like it was very intimate or something. Very brought up a lot of stuff that was, I think by the end of today people are a bit exhausted from it, but people got a lot out of it, I think. So we were all very affected by it. So it was great here we are 9 years after the documentary was made, and it still is as important as it ever was. And what's nice about it was shown on Irish television, and it got a huge reaction over there at the time. And here we are in Liverpool in 2024, and it's still, from some of the reaction from some of the audience, it still is as important and as relevant and necessary as it was back then. And it doesn't matter if it's in Ireland or in Liverpool or in London. It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Once again, there were performances from Maria McAteer and Sacha Wood, who also discussed depersonalisation, derealisation disorder.
Liverpool is one of my favourite, if not my favourite city, so it's lovely to be down here in Liverpool, and we had a great audience today and a really great response, and it's really good to bring Shout on the road.
Yeah, I just love being part of Shout, and it's so cool that we can bring it to a new city and bring in new people, new artists, and it's just really inspiring to be alongside all of these other really creative people doing some really important work. I love it. I love it.
It's a big deal to you, this festival.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like everyone else here, I've had those experiences with mental health, and for years it was just something I didn't talk about because you kind of just think no one wants to hear about this, or no, this isn't that big a deal, or I'm just crazy. All of these kind of things go through your head, so you just don't talk about it that much. So it's really cool to have this space to, that encourages people to just talk about it and get it out there. So, yeah.
The team from PEDS and the artist Katy Evans discussed eating disorders.
It's been really, really good. We've enjoyed being here and sharing the news about PEDS and what we're about, and just sharing awareness about eating disorders. It's been really good. If anyone knows somebody that has an eating disorder, if you're struggling with an eating disorder yourself, don't wait, get help. You don't have to be a certain weight before you get help. There's so much help and support out there. See your GP, Google and see what charities are near you, put a referral form through and just get support straight away. I think we can never share that message enough. There's always people that need help and don't know where to turn, that are suffering in silence, and as long as we can get that message out that there's support out there and how they can find that support, I don't think our work will ever be done.
Talk about eating disorders and any mental health condition that you might be struggling with. Reach out for support and know that there is hope, and never lose hope, and life is there to be better, and it can be better in your recovery.
It's an outlet, isn't it, really? Is that what art is for you?
Yeah, definitely. And I think that it helps me to communicate and explain to others like what I'm going through. And it's kind of how I told a lot of people about it, because it's so much more impactful and so much easier to do it through art rather than just saying it, for me especially, because someone can sort of like look at the painting and be like, oh yeah, like it speaks for itself in a way. And yeah, I quite like that, because it sort of takes the pressure off you talking about, because there's a lot of pressure to like say like, oh, I've got anorexia and stuff, but when you have something that people can look at and instantly understand or relate to, it makes it a lot easier to talk about.
There was a screening of Be the Light, a video project by John Salmon of What's Going On in Your Head.
And I've talked about this before, that when I was struggling with my mental health, I turned to a friend, Steve, and Steve didn't know what to say to me, but actually all I was really looking for was somebody that was going to listen. And that's a real strong message. Sometimes we don't have the words to talk to people of what to say, but actually a lot of the time, most of us that are struggling or going through a difficult time, we just want to be listened, we want to be heard. And so that's also what the message we're really trying to get out is. If you can listen with empathy and understanding, that's going to help somebody out.
There was dance from Aleksandra Jones.
I have to say I am really privileged to be here with presenting Gravida Collective, Lullaby for Mother, with Claire, with my producer. I have to say, guys, you must come to Wales, and we need to start to talk about us, about mental health more and more. And thank you, Shout, for having us.
It's been great. It's been great to see the diversity of creativity and projects that are very much addressing the fundamentals of mental health problems and trying to sort of bust the myths and actually get the public speaking more about mental health and engaging and empathising more. And it's really important that continues.